where signages, for example, that are full of 18 million, if they are automated, then they know if it is Moses, system proof, or there are no leakages. Governor, we should be having we should not be having a drop of 18 million in this note number 7 on advertising, because you know where these people are. So is it the enforcement officers or the people who collect your revenue colluding by pocketing this difference of 18 million? Thank you, Chair.
From the receipt of revenue, if they believe that they have tagged or even attached the business permit with the signage, then that can be satisfactory, Chair. Because it seems like there is an increase of almost 31 million from the annual business permit fee. So if they have tagged this in, the annual business permit fee. So if they have tagged this in, then that is possibly satisfactory.
So instead of dealing with hypothetical situations, let's just deal with the facts. But Senator Lekwe, you had an observation on something?
Yes, Chair, on a different issue, I wanted to ask the Governor, I'm surprised Kajiado County is. And when you turn to page 14 of the Receipt of Revenue Report, under note 15, we've seen load tariffs and levies, park fees, filming and photography, camping fees, balloon, all reporting implementation of the downgrading of Amboseli. Because when I look at the revenue projections by CRA, they could be premised on revenues of national park if it becomes then game reserve. What is the actual status?
I think, Chair, downgrading is probably not the correct word to put here. Chair, is that historically, until were all national reserves, through a presidential decree, and was only classified to be made a national park. What the people of Kajiado are petitioning or petitioned, and is being confirmed to be the correct position, is that Amboseli National protects wildlife with total disregard. Is set in motion through a national task force to resolution to be implemented and Amboseli correct.
So, as Senator Cherargei asked his question, we will go to that issue. And
Chair, finally, Governor, so how long are you still waiting for the handover of the one to transfer assets to liabilities? So have you agreed on the of the count, and how far is it? I thought that matter had been sorted. Was it between you and Narok that the handover was supposed to be done?
Based on that, Amboseli should revert to the county. Settlement of the transfer to happen. We in our meetings we gave to happen. In our meetings we gave
for 25,260 owed by several debtors, which comprise of uncollected land rents. However, management did not explain measures put in place to collect this outstanding revenue. Further, the county government of Kajiado management, through the Department of Finance, Planning and ICT, contracted a service provider to collect revenue on its behalf. However, no evidence was provided for the progress made in recovery of the outstanding debts by the contracted service provider. In the circumstances, absence of a clear, actionable plan for collection of revenue, collection of arrears, the collection of land rents, and royalties arrears could not be confirmed. Thank you, Chair.
Governor, what was your response?
Thank you, Chair. We wish to respond that the county government has implemented several measures to collect revenues in areas, and I wish to explain one, payment plans. We offer the flexible payment plans to help debtors settle their own arrears over time. without financial risk or strain. The legal action we have pursued through legal avenues to recover our debts in determination by the court. In the first round before the appeal, the county won the case in court. And therefore, Chairman, we want to confirm that that is really where the business collection limited
maybe, Governor, since this is 87.5% of your debtors book,
correct.
maybe you could just help us understand what is the issue.
Yes, it is Chair. Magadi is Chair. Magadi, Tata Chemicals Magadi for a long time. Our, what do you call this? Finance Act. To put Magadi soda into the same land they will say per acre we pay 50 shillings. So when we say everybody else is paying 1,200 per acre, they went to court of appeal. So this is a company that is outrightly refusing to pay taxes. And so that is what the story is.
So it's not royalties. 10.5 has accumulated over the years, or since the passage of that Finance Act?
The passage of that Finance Act. Because these people occupy a whole world. They have land more than 400,000 acres. The whole world belongs to them. Even the people who are living there just live at their mercy. It's a complete historical injustice as well.
What is the status of Tata Magadi Chemicals? It's a private.
It's a private company. It's a private mining soda Magadi or soda ash.
So, if you look at two perspectives, does it increase the cost of doing business in Kajiado when there is a Finance Act that imposes but then there's also the element of justice? How do you balance between the two?
To arrive at the land rates that citizen participation, and we will not consider it as, excess. It is really what historical injustice that occupies a whole world. And in Kajiado, a ward is equivalent to some offer to tell these people, why don't you occupy the lake where there is Trona? Trona is the soda ash they mine. And that conversation was carried with the Ministry of Mining. They should have paid for land rates for the same.
What is before court for determination right now? Is it the amount or whether they should pay, so that we are careful also on what we deal with?
In fact, I want to appeal to this committee and the Senate to intervene for the county, because everybody else. But what is before court is the question that the county say, we passed a law that everybody is complying with. You also need to comply as Magadi Soda. Render some land, but that has not happened yet. So as it is, they should just be occupied.
Yeah, maybe Chair, just for clarity, the land rates from the time the new Finance Act came into being, we charged 1,200. When did that Finance Act come into being? Because then 1,200 per year, that is 600 million. 600 million even for the time devolution has existed. So you passed that law. No, but it was a